Donna Jordan is no longer alive. The news was quietly added to a tribute video. It came on all of a sudden at 11:57, shocking hundreds of thousands of fans. She is the face of Jordan Fabrics and the voice of more than 700,000 fans. She is a symbol of kindness and the best way to quilt. But as soon as the death was reported, questions began to come up. Why did not anyone tell you that Donna was sick? A difference in the date of death makes people even more suspicious. This isn't just a family matter anymore. There is a strange hole in the middle of what seems to be a clear legacy. Celebration of Life is the name of a movie that was uploaded to the official Jordan Fabrics YouTube channel on March 18, 2025. Drop Diamonds by Donna Jordan. At first glance, it looked like any other quilting lesson. But at the 11.57-minute mark, viewers were taken out of the familiar world of fabric. Matt Jordan showed up with a choked voice and said that Donna had died at 4 a.m. on March 14th. The news came from her longtime partner and collaborator 4 days after she had died, but it hadn't been in any public articles or news reports. January was when the movie was shot. That meant Donna's family knew her situation had gotten worse, but none of her over 700,000 followers did. There had been no text, post, or update. Up until the very end, everything had been kept secret. A lot of people started to look at every frame of Donna's last movie very closely on Reddit and quilting forums. Her face was pale, her body looked much thinner, her hair looked like it was a wig, and she spoke more slowly than normal. Some people thought these symptoms meant she had a major illness like cancer or an ongoing problem inside her body. But right up until the end of her life, Donna never talked about her health, which was strange because she was always there to learn, connect, and share personal details about every step of her quilting process, from needlework to family issues. The eerie silence made people wonder what the real reason for the secret was. As soon as the video of the statement went viral, a Richmond FC source wrote that Donna Jordan had died on August 11, 2023, which stood out right away. No one could check where the post came from. It could have been a mistake or an old copy that got mixed up with the web information. But the difference of almost 8 months in the date of death, along with the fact that the family is very private, made it hard for followers to ignore. People started to be skeptical in the comments. Someone asked how people knew about her death in 2023 if she had died in 2025. Another person asked why the last video wasn't shared right after it was recorded but only after she had died and was buried. When Donna is the face of a whole brand and community, it's hard to miss these kinds of things. On the forum for Missouri Star Quilters, somebody who is thought to know the family said that Donna quit because she wanted to spend time with her new grandson who was coming in late 2024. But this excuse didn't make sense to most viewers, who had noticed Donna wasn't there before her granddaughter was born. Beginning in early December 2024, she slowly stopped showing up in videos. She didn't say goodbye, retire, or give up her job. The change wasn't loud enough, unlike Donna's usual style, who always walked watchers through every small step of quilting. Even after Donna died, things at Jordan Fabrics kept going as usual. Not many people came to the funeral. No pictures from behind the scenes were shown. As if it had been planned ahead of time, everything went smoothly and without any effects. For someone with so much power, the exit was so smooth that many people thought something was wrong. There was only one person who was seen with Matt in public when Donna Jordan died. It was one of their 4 children, James Jordan. Michelle, Monica, and Peter, who were involved with the family and running Jordan Fabrics, were no longer seen in any media. There were no messages, statements, memorial pictures, or appearances in videos or posts that came after. People who follow the YouTube program and know that it's run by a family will notice the absence. Around the beginning of 2024, James, the third boy, started to show up in videos helping his dad film and cut fabric. James played a smaller part after Donna's death, taking care of film production, camera skills, and editing. Matt was in charge of teaching in the live chat. Fans quickly noticed that the family model had been replaced by 2 men advertising a brand that used to look like it had a strong family bond. Before that, as the Jordan Fabrics channel grew from 2018 to 2022, behind-the-scenes videos and homepage posts would sometimes talk about Michelle and Monica as being in charge of orders, customer service, or operations. Peter, the youngest, was in a few clips for a short time, running the cutters or helping with the packing. After 2022 though, these names slowly vanished from all platforms. Another change was to the website's About Us page, which now only talks about Matt and Donna Jordan and a small hard-working team. It was no longer possible to see or read about the children or their parts. Several longtime members of the Quilting forum who have worked closely with the Jordan Fabrics team at workshops say that the whole family was still at the event in Grants Pass, Oregon in 2021. Michelle was in charge of getting people signed up. Monica was showing off the products, and Peter was helping to clean up the set. This makes it sound like they were involved with the business. Because of this, Donna's total disappearance after she died can't be written off as a coincidence or a media retreat. It makes a big hole in the picture and makes it more likely that the internal structure of Jordan Fabrics has changed in a big way, but softly. Matt Jordan, the co-founder's husband, went from not being on camera very often to being the main character. After Donna left, he took over and did all the product introductions, technology demos, and calling customers. He was also the only one who told everyone that his wife had died. His children did not say anything. There was a big change in how the brand talked to people. It went from being run by a large family to a couple and now just one person. The business doesn't seem to be in trouble. Right, Donna? Still, orders are being met on time. The website is changed once a week and the videos on YouTube are always the same. From the media's point of view though, the brand has been reduced to a protected old icon instead of the complex organization it used to be. From having 18 workers and their families, Jordan Fabrics is now known as the place where Matt and Donna sit and watch things happen. This doesn't mean there's an open fight, but the brand feels a little alone since some members who were once visible in the media aren't there anymore. For people who saw Donna as a mother, friend, and teacher, her children's appearance is a sign of continuity. But when those people don't talk about their experiences or thank the people who helped them, the brand story loses its heart. A lot of people started to notice changes in how Jordan Fabrics worked after Donna died. The video was not as interesting anymore, the level of engagement went down. Even worse, Donna was losing the personal link that had made her stand out in the past. The family seemed to fade from public view, but Jordan Fabrics had to keep running and stay alive. Matt is now the only person in charge, but his job isn't just to keep the name alive, he is also taking care of the image of Donna Jordan, which many people think is the most beautiful image ever. There is no scandal, mistake, or flaw in this woman, and that puts a lot of pressure on keeping up the tradition, both in terms of what is said and how it is felt. When the people who are closest to the brand step out of the stage, the brand is what's left. But Jordan Fabrics can't keep living off of old memories forever. The more important question is, how does the brand keep going when the people who started it are no longer there? Jordan Fabrics did not shut down or stop operations after Donna Jordan's death. They also did not ask the public for help. Instead, new movies kept showing up on the YouTube channel at a pretty steady rate. Just like Donna, Matt Jordan stood in front of the camera and cut fabric, showed off new patterns, and talked about how to quilt. Everything about him, from the tone of his words to the way he turned the canvas, made people think of the dead person. Matt didn't say anything official about the move. He didn't change the name. There was no description of the video that said it was Jordan Fabrics with new ownership. But it was clear to everyone that Donna's husband had taken her place visually, an unexpected but clear change. The names were still the same. Donna's style was still clear in the pictures. The color scheme stayed the same. The studio setting for the camera was the same all the way around. When a brand star leaves after a long time, the company is often left in a state of shock. But at Jordan Fabrics, the continuity method was put into place right away, so there were no breaks in communication. This makes me think that there was some planning ahead, at least for how the information was delivered, but the style that was very close to Donna's felt dull, repetitive, and sometimes forced. Some watchers said they thought they were seeing a copycat instead of a truly original new work. The About page on the Jordan Fabrics website hasn't been changed since Donna's death. Her picture stays in the spotlight. You can still buy the fabrics, kits, and patterns that Donna came up with. A lot of the items have the tag designed by Donna on them, even though she isn't there anymore to approve or change them. It's always touchy when someone uses a person's name for commercial purposes after they're no longer representing them. The way Donna is seen in this case is as a fixed asset rather than as someone who is connected with the community. Matt has started putting together montage cuts of old designs with cuts of new fabrics in some of his new pieces. This method helps keep a beat that you're used to. On the other hand, it shows how limited it is to just make new content instead of adding more products or styles. Using a method that hasn't changed much, Jordan Fabrics is reworking Donna's heritage. How long until the old stock runs out and whether Matt can or will be able to grow is the real question. Views and sales don't seem to be going down much. At the very least, the name is still alive. Many loyal watchers, on the other hand, see what they're seeing not as an inspiration but as a copy of an old mold. Brands often use memories to stay alive, but there are limits. Without a real change, Jordan Fabrics could get stuck in the glory days of the past where everything stays the same except the core person. The only thing that's left is the feeling of being in a live museum, and museums, no matter how beautiful they are, can't start new movements. Jordan Fabrics is betting on memory, which is a strong asset but not a timeless one, by not coming up with new ideas. How myths are made. It took Jordan Fabrics a while to become a big name. Martha and Matt Jordan began their sewing business in their Grants Pass, Oregon garage in the 1980s. At first they sold fabric scraps cut to order and went to trade shows to find buyers. For a couple who love crafts, it was a usual small business model: make it yourself, ship it yourself, no system. In 20 years though, that model had grown into a full-fledged online business with millions of page views, a healthy following, and a good income. One of the most important turning points was when Donna moved all of her activities where she shared her information to YouTube around 2015. At that time, not many people in the traditional quilting business had thought about using films to give away free lessons, but Donna had a clear plan. In each video there was both a method demonstration and an ad for a fabric kit or tool that could be bought on the website. This way of combining content with commercial products wasn't new, but Donna did it so well that it didn't feel like she was selling a big advantage in the craft business, which values closeness. Jordan Fabrics has changed from a fabric store with a hand-cutting workshop to a brand that focuses on pre-cut designs like jelly rolls, log cabins, and kits in just a few years. They don't need a real store. Everything has been moved online. The website looks good, is simple but does the job, is simple but effective, and is easy to use. You can even buy something through their YouTube account. People can watch Donna show them how to put together a plan. There is also a link to buy the fabric right below. Cut the pre-cut exactly as shown. Her movies take at least a few days to film and edit each time. There is no way for her to take direct sponsorship from big fabric makers. Everything she needs comes from the warehouse of Jordan Fabrics. This is one of a kind and gives the brand a lot of power. It doesn't depend on other people. It also means that it doesn't make money from ads on other sites. All of its money comes from people watching it. Channel data shows that Jordan Fabrics could make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just from YouTube. That's not counting sales made directly on the website. It was thought that Donna was worth more than $2 million before she died, which is a lot of money for a small brand that didn't spend a lot on advertising. When it comes to size, Jordan Fabrics is one of a kind in the craft business. They have built an empire on consistency, cutting costs, and using content to drive customer demand. They don't have any chain shops, franchises, or real estate. Donna is more than just an influence. She works as a product planner. She doesn't just make quilts to try out, she sells them with pre-planned fabric, pattern, and tools for each step. Jordan Fabric went from being a small home business to a multi-million-dollar brand because one person did everything, from designing the clothes to putting them in the media. When that person leaves, there aren't just goods left over, there's also a brand that needs to think about whether it can stay alive without its own image, which was built. Donna Jordan has been online for more than 10 years and has never been in the news. There were no bad reactions from the neighborhood. Partner criticism is not allowed. There are no controversial posts on big forums. YouTube is becoming more strict and controversial, so it's not easy to be completely clean. This is especially true for someone who goes live every week and talks about her life and goods. The tone of Donna's movies is always calm, and they are well edited and consistent. She has never written a product name wrong, been caught making a technical mistake, or been accused of plagiarism. This makes them look like a perfect role model who is always right and reliable. But that constant perfection looks very different when seen in the context of modern online media, where even the nicest people can't avoid bad comments. She doesn't have a personal media profile that isn't related to sewing, and she hasn't done interviews with magazines from other fields. Donna has never been a special guest at a big event outside of Oregon. It doesn't look like she has a Wikipedia page. If you search for Donna Jordan or Jordan Fabrics dispute, you won't find anything useful. The only places where people can see her in public seem to be on YouTube, the family's website, and the official Instagram feed. This points to a focused, tight, and deliberate strategy for managing your image. The quilting community is usually interested in skill and getting new ideas, so it's not surprising that Donna isn't talked about much. But when her brand is so big that it affects people all over the world, her lack of knowledge outside of her comfort zone is more like a sign. In the craft world, people with similar levels of influence are often asked to lead workshops, work with others on books, be on the judges for big competitions, or be the face of a social movement. While Donna isn't in any of these roles, her name fits nicely for them. The Jordan Fabrics homepage has always used the same words to focus on the products they sell. No personal stories or talk about how the brand has changed over time. Only YouTube data shows that the brand has reached important milestones. There is no press area, thank you letters from organizations, or other proof. This doesn't take away from the brand, but it does show that the company has made a clear choice about how to build its image. By getting rid of any noise, the marketing message stays clear and linear. Donna Jordan did a lot more than sew clothes. She was the heart and soul of Jordan Fabrics. For hundreds of thousands of people around the world, she was the face that made sewing more than just a hobby. But her death leaves a hole that needs to be filled, and not just in her family. It also needs to be filled in the way a brand builds and protects its image. What's left is a model that works perfectly, but it doesn't have the life that Donna used to put into every stitch. Please give this story a like if you think it should be shared. You can share the movie with people you know who love Donna and subscribe to get more in-depth investigative content from us. Glad you stuck with it until the end.